Cool. So that's that. This year we have new babies in our life, so we have a new category of sunscreen, and that is baby sunscreens.
Yee.
Okay, this one gave me a lot of
Yee.
existential crazies. My baby is currently only 3 months old, so she shouldn't be wearing sunscreen. And to be honest, like any baby you have, like you should prioritize physical shade over relying on sunscreen. So just put that out there. The reason
Physical clothing.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And for me, when I was testing the sunscreen on myself for future use for my baby, I started getting a lot of existential questions of, well, I don't like it, but what do I value as a mom? And it gets a little
Mm,
weird because if you're evaluating for yourself, all of them are like kind of garbage. Like they all,
100%.
yeah, they
Those
all
textures,
are not pretty.
they're literally everything that people hate about
Mhm.
sunscreens. White cast, gunky, it's not a clean finish. It's a paste,
Yeah,
basically.
it's the worst. So for me, I took them all out on runs and tried to torture test them because ultimately I was like, well, they should be they are all water resistant, and the most important thing to me is the robustness of the film, right? Like you don't want your
Mhm.
babies rubbing around. My babies get surprisingly sweaty. That is something I didn't think about before having a baby. So to me, I was like, okay, that's like test number one. And then looking at the white cast, I'm like, I didn't think having a white casted baby would bother me that much, but my baby popped out kind of tan. And surprisingly,
It's
I'm like, I
true.
don't want you to look super clowny. So it's a lot of existential questions. But ultimately,
Yeah.
I myself, I tested four. I have the Think Mineral, Think Baby, Think Mineral, Think Baby, and the Baby Bum. I also tested two sticks, the Blue Lizard one and the Vino one. Um, and surprisingly, I wound up liking these for all very different reasons. So for the
Mm,
baby bum, I find that to be just the classic, really thick, very creamy, very robust kind of formula. I like this one more than the Think Baby because it sets a little faster. So you're not rubbing on your baby forever. They're like wiggling around. It's
mm.
just annoying to track them down. So, and it is robust, but it does feel very thick and pretty bad. I went on a jog on the tracks with my husband. He's like, "Are you gonna look like that this whole time?" It doesn't look great. Yeah. And of the sticks, I actually wound up liking the Aveeno a lot more than the Blue Lizard. I polled you guys on which one you prefer. More people actually prefer the
Mm.
Blue Lizard. And the reason is the Blue Lizard stick, that formula, and I don't like it for the exact same reason why I like the Baby Bum, which is it sets pretty fast. But the problem with the stick is you're already kind of under applying. So like when you're streaking and it basically sets like almost immediately after you wipe it. So when you're rubbing it in, it doesn't feel like I can trust it for even coverage because when you're using a stick, inevitably you're going to miss a couple of spots. And because it's already set, so you can't rub it to get it to like just even out a little bit. And
Yeah.
when I checked it under the UV camera, you can definitely see streaks where I missed and whatnot. So to me, that wasn't a great match. And the Vino was very
Yeah.
glidey, so I can at least like have a window of time to make sure that that coverage is more complete.
Mm.
So that was my baby baby sunscreen rabbit hole.